Hey there, and welcome into this week's edition of the Scores Table here on JacksonSun.com, where we kind of take a look at local high school basketball and just kind of give you an update, kind of where local teams are at and where districts are. And that's really important this week as we're getting into the end of the regular season. The regular season for most everybody ends this weekend. There's a couple more games that have been pushed back because of weather to early next week. But I'm Sun Sports editor Brandon Shields. He is our local preps writer, Michael Odom, and local. I guess we cover national press there.
Yeah, there's Oak Hill Academy here.
Yeah. Just kind of, first of all, Mike, there's plenty of intrigue as teams are fighting for district standings and seedings going into these tournaments. And we were talking the other day just about kind of how important the seedings is, particularly in the top two in these districts with only 6 teams, because the top two get a bye and an automatic bid to the regionals. But just kind of what's I guess let's just kind of go through each district in our area and just kind of how those issues are shaking out. I guess start with 13A and kind of move our way up.
13A boys, there's a big game Friday night, McKenzie and Huntington. If McKenzie wins that game, McKenzie is the number 1 seed. If they lose that game, then Dresden is the number 1 seed. Everybody else is pretty much known. Having the 9 teams, everybody has to play the quarterfinals, so there's not a bye. But still having that one is big, and knowing that you get that 8 seed who's going to be coming off of a game Saturday, and then a possible battle against number 4 in the semifinals.
Right, and then on the girls' side, I know there's kind of been a battle at the top of that one.
The top 3 teams are all very good in Huntington, Dresden, and West Carroll. Unless there's a big upset on Friday night, Huntington will be the 1 seed, Dresden will be the 2 seed, and West Carroll is the 3.
Okay. All right, and then in 14A, Thursday night, which we're recording this on Thursday night, so we still don't know who's going to have the number 1 seed in that district.
Right, we don't.
In the boys.
Humboldt or Union City, if Humboldt wins, Humboldt is the number 1 seed. If Union City wins, there's a 3-way tie, and we get to go to the infamous coin flip between Union City, Humboldt, and South Fulton of who gets the 1, 2, and the 3 seeds.
And then on the girls' side, Union City's pretty much got number 1 locked out, right?
Yeah, Union City is the undefeated. They are done. The number 2 is Gibson County. Number 3 is Greenfield.
All right, and that is a 17, 18 district?
No, that's a 9 team also.
Wow.
Remember, Gibson County moving in, it was 8 team last year. Now we're at 9. So Saturday night, they'll be playing games. You'll have Greenfield boys at Trenton Peabody and Humboldt girls at South Fulton.
Then in 15A, boys' side, that's a pretty important game. Got pushed back to Monday night between Middleton and Adamsville.
You could say that there are lots of important ones. In that 17 district, Madison is the only one who knows their seed, and that's a 5 seed. Everything else is open. You have Middleton and Adamsville playing for the 1 and the 2 seed on Monday. You've got TCA and Riverside playing for the 3 and the 4 seed on Friday, and then you'll have Jackson Christian and Scotts Hill playing for the 6 and the 7th seed on Friday.
Okay, so pretty much whoever wins between Middleton and Adamsville is going to have a bye to the semifinals, right?
Right. This is a 7 team, so only the top seed gets a bye. Same on the girls' side. Middleton has secured the 1, so they'll have a bye into the semis. Jackson Christian is the 2, but the 3 and the 4 is still open between Riverside and Scotts Hill, depending on how they do on Friday, or Thursday and Friday, because Riverside plays Adamsville on Thursday. So there's still a little bit to be determined on the girls' side also.
All right. Well, moving up now to AA. First of all, 13 AA boys. Before the season, would you have predicted that this district has been as competitive as it has been?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the big teams moved out. Covington, Ripley, Haywood, 3 powerhouse teams in West Tennessee are all in 15 AA now. And Westview lost quite a few players. Crockett County was kind of the favorite going in, but they've had some players kicked off the team, so they've lost quite a few players. So it's kind of made that district really wide open.
And then with Milan's resurgence under Dexter Williams and South Gibson's, they're getting improved with Mike Greer, 2 really good coaches there that know how to lead a program. Just makes for an interesting tournament next week.
It should be very open. Any of the 6 is a possible winner, and I expect to see some upsets.
Now, as far as seeding goes, who's looking at being number one, number two?
The number one and number two seeds will be determined Thursday night. As Westview and O'Bien play, winner is the 1, loser's the 2. Milan has secured the 3, but under that, Dyersburg, South Gibson,
Crockett.
and Crockett. I couldn't remember the other one. Are all fighting for the bottom 3 seeds, and a lot to be determined there.
All right, and then on the girls' side,
Dyersburg is definitely the 1 seed, and here again Thursday night, Westview and O'Bien are playing for the 2 and the 3. And then, if depending on what happens, as the standings are now, Crockett is the 4 and should host South Gibson on Monday.
all right, and then 14 AA. On the boys' side, you of course you got Southside kind of leading that thing. They sewed up the number 1 seed in the district, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, it seems like. But the rest of the district hadn't been quite as, I guess, or at least on the outside looking in, quite as competitive as it has in years past.
Right, you lose a team like Liberty, and Fayette Ware suffers a major injury to their point guard early in the season, and that really changed some things. Lexington has played Southside the closest. They played them really close for a half in the first meeting, and then really took it to them in the second one, and it was close until about the 3-minute mark when Southside was able to hit a layup, get an intentional foul, and kind of pull out by 5 points. Lexington and Fayette Ware. Fayette Ware's got to play Southside tonight, so the winner of if Southside wins, then Lexington and Fayette Ware are in a tie for second place, and my guess is they'll have to go to a coin flip or one of those other tiebreakers to figure out who's the 2 and who's the 3.
Then on the girls' side, McNary doesn't quite have number 1 locked up, but with 1 win this week, they pretty much have it.
Yeah, if they beat Lexington Thursday night, they will be the 1 seed, Chester will be the 2, and Lexington will be the 3. If Lexington upsets McNary Thursday night, then it kind of makes it wide open, and there's still a few games. Chester McNary play Friday, and that one will be a pretty big one in determining the standings.
Oh, it sounds like football trying to determine who's going to get the top 2 seeds in the district from that. But then moving on to 15 AA, Haywood is undefeated, kind of rock and rolling through that district. Do you see anybody who could possibly challenge them when we get to the tournaments?
Haywood had a close one with Covington at home. Covington played with them. Those 3 teams, Covington, Ripley, and Haywood, that moved from 13 AA to 15 AA, are all very good teams, very good athletes. You got a team like Liberty also. Those 4 teams should be the best 4 in District 15A or 15 AA, and should all have spots in the region. And I expect all those games to be close ones.
Okay, and then on the girls' side,
Covington is the 1, Liberty is the 2, and Northside is the 3. So we should have an All-Jackson semifinal at Haywood in a week's time with Northside and Liberty playing for a spot in the championship.
All right, and then moving up to 13 AAA, the good thing if you're Hardin County or Dyer County, Munford or Brighton, you're in the district because there's only 4, or you're in the regional because there's only 4 teams in this district.
Right, and you've got a big one Friday night down at Hardin County. Munford comes to town. If Hardin County wins, there's a 3-way tie for the top spot with Munford, Hardin County, and Dyer County after Hardin County upset Dyer County last week. I think it was Dyer County's first home district loss in like 7 years.
Wow.
That was a very big win for Hardin County. If they can keep that momentum, get a home win. And the good thing is Hardin County is hosting the district, and it's all semifinals and finals, so everything is at Hardin County. So there's a chance for the Tigers to bring home a district title.
And then finally in Division 2A, big win for USJ's boys on Wednesday night to kind of propel themselves all the way to a bye in the region tournament.
Right, they had to win by 9. They won by, I think, 13. So USJ gets a number 2 seed. They will get a bye. So USJ boys and girls both have byes into the quarterfinal round of the region tournament. Sacred Heart boys will have to play in the opening round. Depending on what they do against Rossville Christian, They play them Friday night. If they beat Rossville Christian, they could be the 4, which means they'll host the 5 from the other side. So Sacred Heart could get a home game. And I think that's very big for that program and the building and the few years it's been in existence. Sacred Heart girls will probably have to go on the road, though, in the opening round.
All right, well, just real quick before we wrap this up, is there one district that kind of sticks out to you as one that's just really going to be competitive?
On the girls' side, I like 13A with West Carroll, Dresden, and Huntington. I think those 3 teams are all very competitive, and I think it'll be a good district tournament. I'm expecting to be there for the semifinals and the final of that one.
Is that going to be at Huntington?
No, that is at Gleason.
Okay.
Gleason is hosting that one. On the boys' side, I like the one at Haywood with Haywood, Ripley, Covington. If you're wanting to watch athletic teams, teams that can move the ball up and down the court, really good players, I think that's the best district.
All right, well, thanks for watching, and I hope this has been informational for you. Follow him on Twitter at JSRiderMichael. He's probably not going to sleep for the next 3 or 4 weeks, keeping up to date on all these tournaments and stuff, so keep your distance from him. You'll probably get a little cranky after a while. But be sure to follow him. Be sure to check us out on jacksonsun.com for constant updates on, particularly if this weather keeps up with snow and ice, kind of the reschedulings for these tournaments. If any of that happens, hopefully we're done with all that for the rest of this basketball season.
I would hope so. I'm tired of all the tweets and updates and calling coaches and bugging them about, is your game canceled? When are we going again?
All right, so JS Ryder Craig on Twitter, jacksonsun.com on the internet.
That would be JS Ryder Michael.
What did I say? JS Ryder Craig?
Yeah.
Wrong rider.
Wrong beat.
But thanks for watching, and thanks for trusting us as your #1 source for sports coverage in West Tennessee.